Hello. All right, now. Thank you so much. Welcome in and enjoy the show. If only I can hit this button right. All right. We're here. Thank you so much for coming in. All right. Let's go. It's Food Fridays. Let's do it. Thanks for coming in. Okay. All right. We got you. Wow, we did it. So I see some people came in. I have Shatika Woods. Thank you so much for popping in early. And we have Katrina's Crochet Hook and Loops. Hey, sis. Good to see you. So let's see what she's up to. She said hi to each and every one of you in the chat. Love and hugs. Nice. To all, hope you're doing well. Happy Friday. All right, now. So this is it. We are here. We are here. And I forgot to do one thing before I start up. So what we're making today, and once again, let me just introduce myself. My channel is I Bring It Every Day, and my name is Kelly. And today we're going to be doing some beef ribs. So that is the evil plan for today. And I forgot to do one thing before I started my live stream. But anyway, while you hear this humming in the background, I actually had to start this because it takes a little time to make the beef ribs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk through the steps. I'm going to show you the final result, and then we'll chit-chat and do some things like that. All right, now, I see some people coming in. Let's see. All right. This is good. All right, let me turn down the volume on this. We have Mr. I Bring It just walk by. Good to see you. That's exciting. Let's see. We got Bronze Flat Power God. Good to see you. Welcome in. We have, Chris Gilbert here. Thank you so much for coming in. Sorry, I got to come a little closer. And we have Yarnworks by Lydia. Good to see you. And I think that's everybody. So thank you all so much for coming. So I'll show you. So this is a really simple one pot meal. And so it's going to involve a little searing, a little bit of veggie, chopping a few veggies. And what's the other step we're going to do? Yeah, we're going to do some searing, and that's it. And then you're going to make gravy in the process if everything goes well. So we'll start you there. And I just need to do one thing here. I forgot to load one thing. But anyway, it's Food Fridays. Thank you all so much for coming. We're going to do this. Now, have you guys had beef ribs? I got to ask that question. Because that's one of those things. A lot of people usually have like the baby back ribs, which are pork. And when I was growing up, I grew up with a lot of carnivores, and they did a lot of, we ate so much meat, like it was crazy. And we just did a lot of, they ate everything. You know what I mean? There wasn't anything they didn't eat. And I grew up with my grandparents, and they were children of the Depression. So we ate a lot of meat. And so as a result, I'm kind of a carnivore because they were. And so we ate a lot of, like baby back ribs, which are pork, but we also did beef, and we would have a roast, like every Sunday, which is really crazy. So anyway, we would do that, and it was great. We had a blast, but we ate very, very well. And so one of the things that I have to say is that, like, I know if you're a vegetarian or a vegan, this is going to be a tough show for you. So I would have just mentioned that. And, but anyway, thank you all so much for coming in. So here goes. I just wanted to do one thing here. I just had to fix something there. And then I forgot to do the subscribers thing. I always forget. Shame on me. But I'm going to make sure I do that. And then I'm going to just fix this one. Set a thingy there. Okay, we're good. All right, that'll work. Okay. So I want to make sure. And then this way I can read the chat in the studio because sometimes I have a hard time. I can barely reach my computer. I had to move it way back because it's warm. All right. So today, basically what we're going to use is we're going to do the beef ribs. I'm going to show you those. And let me go to make sure I got this thing here. Oops, I hit the wrong button. Let me go in here. And then I'm going to read the chat. It's a little easier to read it from here. So I'm going to do that. Okay. So anyway, we got this. And we're good. All right, here we go. All right, here goes. Now, so anyway, and what I'm going to do is right now I have the final meal. Usually it takes a while to sort of cook a beef rib. So I'm going to just show you just the basic steps. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to put a little bit of, I'm using grapeseed oil. And grapeseed oil is good for frying. So what we're going to do is we're going to sear the meat. And then we're going to put it in a pan and then actually put it in the oven, for a period of time. So I'm just going to put a little bit of oil in here, just enough to sear the meat. And then we're going to go from there. All right. And I just got to make sure I got everybody. I think I did. Just want to make sure. And I saw Lydia, let's see, Shatika, Bronze Flat Power God. Who else did I see? Saw you. Hello. We got Shirley. Hey, good to see you. And I see some weather. Nebraska City. Ooh, 74. That's pretty warm. All right, so here goes. So really what I'm going to do is for the beef ribs, what you want to do is you want to heat your oil a little bit. And we're going to do that. I'm going to let that sort of rest. In the meantime, I'm going to grab the meat. We're going to season it, and then we're going to dredge it through some flour, and then we're going to sear it. And those are the first 3 steps. So here's a little bit of flour. And I'm just sort of putting this out here like that. Now you can season the flour if you want to, or what have you. But anyway, these are the beef ribs. And I rinsed these off, but this is what they look like, and they're looking pretty good. These look pretty nice. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to season these and then, dredge them through the flour and fry. So here we go. Let's see, what are we going to use today? We're going to do a little adobo. And let me turn that down just a skosh. All right. So I'm just going to put a little adobo on here. You can put salt and pepper. Yeah, whatever your favorite. This is just, adobo is a mixed spice. It has a little bit of everything. A little bit of onion, a little bit of garlic. There's other stuff in there. Annatto. What else? And this is just like an all-purpose spice. And what else is in here? It's turmeric. This has turmeric in it. Okay. And actually, I may throw some of that on there anyway. I have some here. And I'm going to throw a little bit of that on too. So, and this gives it the yellow color. Or orange or yellow. So did I miss any comments? Hopefully not. I don't think so.
Susan Vincent?
Oh, no, I didn't see Susan. Hello. And I'm just going to run it through the flour. And hopefully this is hot enough. A little bit. Could be a little hotter. Right front.
Laura, welcome to the stream.
Oh, Laura, hello. Good to see you. So I'm just running it through the flour. Right front. And then we're going to put some carrots and potatoes in. Usually when they do these, ooh, this is not sizzling like I wanted it to. I had to turn it down because what happens is it gets so hot. That I'm just using my gloves here. All right. So there it is.
Drunken Chef Barbecue.
Oh, Drunken Chef. Oh, good to see. Wow, long time no see. Good to see you. Yeah, Drunken Chef is fancy. He does grilling. So that's good. So that's it for the beef. So I'm just throwing it in. Hopefully this will sizzle soon. I don't know. Fingers crossed. Throw that in the sink too. Yeah. Okay. So that's it. We're done with that. So how are you doing, Drunken Chef? And what are you up to these days? Anything exciting? or anything new. So anyway, we're going to use these massive carrots. I'm just going to peel them. And I'm going to put a little bit. Oh, now you can hear the sizzle. There we go. It's going. Yeah, that was a slow little sizzle there. I'm just going to I washed these already, and I'm just trimming off all the excess schmutz. And I'm just going to throw these in to my pan. And I'm going to leave everything whole. Because the thing with ribs, it does take a long time to cook. And so you have to be sort of prepared for that. And so I started these earlier just so you can sort of see the final. Because this should really, some of the chef's recipes recommend cooking for 6 hours. We are not doing that. Oh, Bonnie hits here. Okay, hey, Bonnie. Good to see you. Try a little knife. I'm going to cut this in half, I think. Yeah, these carrots are big. And we got these from some store. I forget where. But these are nice looking carrots. Pretty good. Trim that off. But, yeah. So how's everyone's Friday? We were having storms. Hopefully the storms are calm. I think everything calmed down, right? Yeah, we got a lot of rain last night. So that was crazy. But yeah. Oh, hey, Jeanette. Good to see you. So I'm just going to throw a couple of these carrots in. And then, but like I said, right now we're searing the meat. And, yep, that's everything. That's it. And then I'm going to just add a couple of small potatoes. And I'll show you these cute potatoes. All you guys who shop at Aldi. They had, no, this was not Aldi. Sorry, I'm lying. This was Lidl. And I don't know if you have that out your way. I know Jeanette goes to Lidl. I mean, Aldi, but we have Aldi and Lidl, which are kind of the same. But these are these little tiny white potatoes, and they're very, very cute. I don't know if you can see those. But these are great because they take like no time to cook. So, and they had these for $1.99, which was very, very cheap. But I'm kind of digging these. So we're going to throw a few of those in there. And they're gorgeous. I mean, the color. Very nice. All right, so I'm going to turn these over. So what we're doing is we're browning the meat. Let me get a fork here. I don't know if you can see that, but we're just turning this over. Oh, this looks good. And if you stew something like, stewing basically means you put some kind of liquid in. And that's pretty much what you do with these ribs. You just sort of cook them like that. So you see they're getting nice and brown. So this sort of speeds up the cooking for you when you brown them. It makes them pretty and it speeds up the cooking. But you could just take these and just throw them into the liquid and go if you want. It's up to you. I know Drunken Chef would have these on the grill, which is actually better. I kind of like the grill. But that's the air fryer. So I've had these in about an hour with the air fryer, and I'm trying them with the air fryer to see if there's any difference. But anyway, this is it right here. So let me grab a thingy, and hopefully this won't be so hot. But I'll show you just a little bit about where we are. Yeah. Oh, these look good. Oh wow, they're delicious. Oh my gosh. All right, I'm gonna show the reveal later. But these are good. Oh, these look good. All right, now I'm gonna stick this over here. I'm gonna turn that over one more time. Oh, this is great. Okay, so it looks like an hour is good for an air fryer. 30 and 30. Yeah. Just turning that over again. But I'm just searing it just to get a good color. Oh wow, this looks really good. These look so good. I'll turn that over this way. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, these are good. That's impressive. Okay. So the air fryer is good. All right now. You can add some onion. So I'm going to add a little bit of onion. Hopefully this will I'm going to slice some real big pieces and throw it in there. I'm going to throw the potatoes in there. I'm going to throw the carrots in there. And that's basically all we're going to do. And in terms of seasoning, they recommend soy sauce, Worcestershire sauce. What else? You can do some teriyaki if you're feeling it. It's really what you want in there. But really kind of any marinade. And I like to use this Mojo. And there's all different kinds. And the Mojo's basically orange juice, lemon juice with garlic and onion and some other stuff. This one here, this is a tropical version. This has some vinegar in it. Ah, yeah. So this is good. So I'm going to add a little bit of this. I'll give this to Mr. I Bring It. Going to open that. We're going to put a little bit of both. We're going to live dangerously. But I'm going to cut some onion while we're waiting. And I'm just sort of, these are good to plant. I'm just going to put a hunk of onion in there and peel this. And then I think that's all I'm going to put in here. And I like to have my onion. I like to have a little bit of onion in there just for flavor. And onions are good detoxifiers, they say. So, oh yeah. Woo, it's a big piece. There you go. Look at this piece of onion. That's gorgeous. It's a pretty white onion. Peel that off a little bit there. But yeah. I'm just going to put a little hunk in there. Yes. Hunk, hunk, hunk. Probably easier to, I probably didn't peel this the best way, but this is for the speed of the live stream. And look at that big hunk of onion. That looks good. All right. Thank you. All right. And then I'll get back to the chat in just a few seconds. So does anybody have any great weekend plans? I know I'm talking over the sizzle. What are we doing, Mr. I Bring It? We have no plans. Look at this brown color. I don't know if you can see that brown. I should have had my little pinchers. I don't know if you can see that color there, but that's really brown. So that's good. And that's what you want. A nice searing of the meat. I'm just gonna. Oh, this is gorgeous. Okay. In just a few seconds, I'm gonna let that go, and then we're gonna switch over to the pan, and then we're gonna go from there. All right. This is great. Okay. Yeah, this really got warm. Oh my gosh. But it's so hot. Like I have to let that cool off. All right. Okay, just a little bit on this side. There's a little bit of fat on this one piece, so I'm just going to let that fat render out. You know what I might do? I might actually just use this pan. I think that's what we're going to do. I'm going to stick this in the oven. And this is a nice stainless steel pan because it has stainless steel handles. And you can just shove this in the oven. So I'm going to do that. All right, we're going to do this. Make sure nobody's in there. Yeah, this is going to be pretty, I'm going to put this to the side. Yeah, we're just going to leave it in there. Now, who's that?
Lovely Samir.
Oh, hello, lovely Samir. Good to see you.
He's cooking garlic parmesan chicken.
Oh.
Red rice and beans.
All right.
Red beans and rice.
Red beans and rice. All right, we'll be over in 2 hours. Sorry about the sizzling. It's kind of loud. There we go. Yes. It gets very loud. So I just put the first marinade on. I'm going to do the second marinade. Actually, let me shake that a little bit. Randy D, hello. Good to see you. All right. So I'm going to put the second marinade. Now, they say you can use broth. You can use water. You can use vinegar. You can use soy sauce. Like we have all those things. So I think we're going to try them all. It's a little bit of soy. Not too much, though, because soy can be very salty. What's that?
Maybe gambling there.
Well, it can be salty, so I'm watching. Being careful. You can use Worcestershire. These little drop of that. Put that in there. Yeah. Okay. And then you just put, your broth or water, and then just shove this stuff in the water in the oven, and that's it. I mean, that's basically it. So I'm gonna put some potato or onion. I said potato. We're gonna put potatoes, but I'm gonna put some onion in here, and I'm just gonna use like a big old hunk. Just gonna throw it in there like that. And I like big pieces of onion, and my kids like it too. So I'm just gonna put a few hunks in here. Just gonna put that in there. There's another one. There's more. Yep. And then we're gonna put the potatoes. And I don't know how many I'm gonna put in here. Just put a few in here. Put potatoes. All right. Whoops. And then we're gonna put the carrots. Yep. And these are the carrots. So these are looking pretty good, right? I'm gonna throw those in. Now, hopefully these don't get too mushy, but they might. We'll see what happens. Oops. More carrots. Okay. So there it is. So that is basically the ribs. Now I'm going to put just a little more water. I'm going to skip. I'm skipping the broth because I put so much in there, today. So I'm going to put a little bit of vinegar. I'm just really living dangerously. This is a little bit of apple cider vinegar. And then I'm going to put just a tad of water in there. We're going to shove it in the oven. And then I'll clean up a little bit and we'll talk a little bit about recalls. All right. So anyway, so this is it. And I'll show you what it looks like. But there it is. So we're going to put this in. I'm going to add just a little bit more water just so the meat can cook. And then that's it. And I think that's all we're going to do today. But at least the prep is pretty easy, for this meal. And I'm just going to put a little water in there just to give it just a little bit of. And then what's going to happen is when this reduces down, you're going to have a little bit of gravy in the bottom of the bowl or the pan. Yeah. So, but right now I have it at 350. Now this is going to have to cook for probably 2 hours. And so, and then if you use your air fryer or your convection oven, it would be a lot faster. But there's that. All right. So I'm going to move all this out the way. So I've got a lot of cleanup here. But yeah, I'll hand this to Mr. I bring it. Don't know if you want to put this in a bag or something for the scrap pile.
Well, the scrap bag over there.
Oh, that one there. Oh, this is the bag. Oh, I can do that. Okay, never mind. I didn't realize it was so close. Okay. So anyway, so that's basically it. Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? All right. So I'm going to put the scraps away while we're waiting, and then we'll chat a little bit about recalls. Now, has anybody heard of any recalls this week? I talked about a few. And there's one I really want to highlight today. That's you've all probably heard of it, but we'll see if anybody if you want to put anything in the chat that you may have read lately with the recalls. Like last week was a crazy recall week. It was unbelievable because there was just so much that was being recalled. And we were just like, oh my gosh, what the heck is happening? Throw that in the sink. Okay. Now, so let me see if I'm going to go to the chat real quick. Let's see. We got Grady D. Good to see you. And thanks for the thumbs up, you guys. And let me get back in the shot. So I'm going to show you. So right now I'm going to the USDA.gov. And, there's 3 websites you can go to. You can go to recalls.gov. It gives you all the recalls. Like you're going to get car stuff, food, cosmetics, on and on. Anything that's been recalled is basically over there. But this one here is really interesting. So the biggest recall that happened, let me see if somebody said. Oh, hello. Recall usually means getting something back. Oh, no. Well, LaBelle, this is not. So in the United States, we're going through this. There's a lunch meat recall, and it's by Boar's Head Meat Products. And it had, so they found listeria in one of the factories that is producing this lunch meat in the United States. And I'm going to show you pictures of the product. I actually found it. So here it is. And they're saying if you have any of these products, throw them away. They're unfit for human consumption. So, and it's 9.5 pounds to 4.5 pounds to 9.5 pound, various weight in delis basically, and it's Virginia ham, old fashioned ham, sell by date August 10th, which is like tomorrow, basically. That's one of them. But I'll show you some of the pictures. And it's due to Listeria monocytogenes. And originally, this came out, let's see, let me go back to this boar's head thing.
Shirley Banks says lunch meat is notorious for listeria.
Yes, that is true. Yeah, and I always forget that. I'm like, because we just bought lunch meat, of course. But it was not boar's head. I can assure you that wasn't it. But let's see if I can. Okay, so it's nationwide. Yeah, it's Listeria monocytogenes. It started its recall on July 30th, this boar's head company. And let's see. So a lot of stuff was produced on that same line. They're saying it's 207,000 pounds of product, which is a lot. And I'll show you what the labels. Let's see. So it started out with liverwurst. So it was called Strasburger brand liverwurst, made in Virginia. That was the original product, but then it expanded even bigger. So it's Italian Cappy style ham, bologna, beef salami, steakhouse roasted bacon. But what I'm going to do is let me go to the pictures, the product images, because it's a lot easier to sort of put your mental mind on here. Let's see. So here it is, liverwurst. That's what it started with, boar's head. That's what it looks like. This is the Virginia ham. This is Italian style Cappy ham, Italian Cappy style ham. And there's more. Extra hot Italian style Cappy ham. Yeah, you got it. I'm reading it backward, but you got it. Here's the bologna. Beautiful artwork, though, I will say. Beef salami. That's gorgeous. Steakhouse roasted bacon. There it is. Garlic bologna. Beef bologna. Yep. And that's it. I thought there was more. But anyway, there were a bunch of other products. But those are what the labels look like. So if you know that you got any of that, you might want to just get rid of all the boar's head. Because apparently that recall was a small recall, and then it expanded to about 7 million more pounds, I think is what they said. So it's crazy. Let's see. Anything else? So that's the big recall of the week. It's still the recall for last week. And listeria, what happens whenever you get listeriosis? It says usually people age 65 and older are more vulnerable to the symptoms, or anybody with weakened immune systems. And they said it causes fever, muscle aches, headache, stiff neck, confusion, loss of balance, and convulsions, sometimes preceded by GI symptoms. And I'm just going to leave it at that. And they say people who are pregnant, it can cause stillbirths and premature labor. Okay. What else? They say clean your refrigerator if you had any of this product. Clean the entire refrigerator, throw the product out, etc. Okay. And then there's a recall number, and it's 1-800-352-6277. Yeah. And that's it. And that's apparently direct to boar's head. Who knew? Okay, so there's that. All right. So let me see any new comments. Lots. Okay. How far back should I go? Yeah, I know LaBelle. Yeah, she doesn't trust. Yeah, she's a little distrusting of the
lunch meats. But it's,
yeah, I mean,
it's a little different. Like a lot of that stuff normally would not go into sausage.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, see, I'm not real familiar, so I'm going to be honest with you about that.
This is more of like lunch meat stuff that comes from. Well, most of it comes from the butcher, but
yeah.
But
boar's head's a really fancy. Hold on, I didn't mean to hit that one. But boar's head's a fancy lunch meat. It's one of the fancier ones.
Yeah.
In fact, that's why it's a little bit shocking because they are the fanciest, and you pay real money. When I say real money, $7, $8, $9, $10 a pound for this stuff around where we live. Yeah.
What's the other company that does a lot of lunch meat? It's
not Oscar. Oh, Oscar Mayer.
Oscar Mayer's another lunch
But
meat.
yeah.
And I feel like there's another one I'm forgetting.
Yes.
But yeah.
So, so that's all we're saying is, and then a lot of fancy delis do serve boar's head meat because that's because it's fancy. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's a little bit like there's a little more meat and a little less other stuff in there that compared to other meats that I've had. Yeah. So anyway, so there's that. So Shirley has those ingredients. Okay, good.
Yeah.
We go back up here. Everyone sees Susan saying, hey, hello, Susan. Tell Ashley we said, hey, we're thinking about her. Let's see. Oh, poor Lydia's tired. Okay. All right. Well, rest up, Miss Lydia. I understand. Let's see. What's next? Okay. Everyone's saying hi. Just want to make sure I didn't miss any. Let's see. Oh, yeah. If you want to drop your link, Bronze, just type Kelly in the chat. Everybody can, actually. But he's newer. And Bonnie just got home. So I'm going to keep going here. DOI, saying hey to everybody. Hey, Jeanette. And let's see. Yeah, this is crazy, isn't it? So, like I said, I discovered the recalls just clearly by accident one day. I was just sort of fiddling around. So if you go to the USDA, which is the United States Department of Agriculture website, it gives you breakdowns on all the food if you're interested in the nutritional value. And they break it down by weight. So like, for example, if you have raw chicken, 100 grams, they tell you how much anything that's in it. So that's just an example. And that's how I sort of discovered the recalls. It was sort of by accident. I was just looking for nutritional information. And let's see, and Drunken Chef's been well. Good to see you.
So LaBelle's got a question.
Yes.
Then somebody has been sneaking fresh meat into the grinder that was already off. More like it's the
okay.
It's like sanitary conditions.
Yeah, I think
they're not cleaning everything properly.
I wonder. Yeah, you don't know.
Animals are sick, so it's a lot of different things.
It's a bacteria.
It's a bacteria.
So yeah,
not cleaning everything properly.
Yeah,
or just
and the other thing is there were deaths, and this is the other reason why I wanted to bring that to your attention. There were deaths. Hold on, I knew I missed a spot here.
So that's the biggest thing, LaBelle. Not that someone sneaks anything in.
Right.
So
yeah.
People are not being careful and they're not being clean, or it could be the animals were not well.
Yeah, or dirty. Like things get in.
Not really.
Yeah. So
stuff gets by.
Hold on. Let me tell you So let me give you the breakdown because that's what I forgot to say. Oh, does it say it here? Okay, here it is. So as of July 25th, there were 34 sick people identified due to this recall, and that's how they found the recall. And the person who worked for the FDA or the USDA figured out exactly where it came from. And there's a little article on it. I just can't find it right now. But he said, "Oh, it's that plant. I'm pretty sure." And sure enough, he was right. So this is it's really important that we all sort of keep an eye, on the food. But anyway, 34 sick people were identified in 13 states, including 33 hospitalizations and 2 deaths. That's what I wanted to say. So samples were collected from sick people going back to May 29th. So somebody got sick back in May. Look what month it is. Look where we are right now.
Wow.
Yeah. And that's the other problem is it does take time for a lot of these things to really come out. You see what I mean? And this person that was working for the agency figured it out. And I forget how he did, but he said, "Oh, I think I know where it came from." And he was right on. He was spot on. It was just because he was, thinking about it. So anyway, that's so far 2 deaths. It's not crazy, but a few years ago, there was a thing with the hamburger meat and, a couple of, very young children died. And I can't remember if it was listeria or salmonella, but either way, it's, to me, tomato, it's both bad, especially for young kids and older people, you know what I mean? And people with compromised immune systems. So that's kind of the deal. All right. So anyway, I just wanted to get back to that. And then, okay, let's see. Oh, so I like Samira's thing. She's making some good, yummy. Yes. So garlic, Parmesan chicken. I love that. And red beans and rice. Okay. Let me see if I can get to my other device. Yeah, because this is going to be cooking for a while. And so I'm instead of like reaching across the chat there, but yeah, so that's the whole thing that's really, really interesting, about this whole thing is the fact that, you can really, it doesn't take much to get sick, so you have to really do the best that you can, keep your hands clean and things like that. And then just keep abreast of the news. And so this is why I sort of got into this, it's just clearly by accident. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, let me go back and let's see. Oh, okay. MOBS is here. Yeah, global meat shipping isn't global meat shipping a wonderful thing? Yeah. Oh, and in fact, there was something where some of this stuff was sent overseas. And I don't know if I was looking at so many different websites before I came on. And the thing that's scary about this is that, the United States does export food, believe it or not. We do export some consumables. So you really have to be, they have to be real careful, with this. And I don't know how often they inspect these sites, but my understanding is they can't be everywhere all the time, so there is definitely a schedule, but I don't know how often that schedule is. Yeah. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, and a lot of this is like I'm pretty sure that a lot of restaurants and delis actually use boar's head meat, at least in our area. That's the way it goes usually. So let's see here. Stuff to make sandwiches. Yes, lunch meat. Yep. Thanks, Bonnie. And then, okay. In Germany, we eat meat fresh. That is called Met. It's raw ground pork, and we eat it very fresh with onion, salt, and pepper. Oh, wow. Let's see. Yep. And Shirley's saying, yeah, lunch meat is notorious for listeria. Yep. And let's see. Yes. Oh, but nobody with a clear head would sell you, minced pork in the summer. Gotcha. I see. I understand that comment now. Okay. Yeah. And your point is what goes into sausage, it should be cured. But this isn't sausage. Yeah. This is just regular, process. Like I said, a lot of it was ham. A lot of it was salami. Now, salami has a little extra stuff in there. Sliced meats. Yeah. Yep. So anyway, yes. So there it is. Crossover Paranormal Society. Hello. And MOBS Play Some More. Hello. So I'll make sure I say hey to everybody. And LaBelle's saying if you have processed meat, then it's ground meat. Otherwise, it couldn't be processed. Well, it's interesting. Processing can also mean adding materials to it. You know what I'm saying? But like lunch meat, I'm not even sure how they even make it, to be honest with you. Like now that I'm thinking about it, but they say like anyway, I met these people from the local area, and one of the ladies said, hey, they have ham on the bone that you can buy from the deli up at the supermarket. And I said, really? What's it called? And I went and I got some, and it was actually it had a bone in it. And I was like, yes. Because for me, that's extremely not processed. It's just cooked. And see, and cooking also means processed. But processed can mean a very broad range of things. You know what I mean? So that word processed is very loaded. You know what I mean? Not to confuse the issue, but basically this was a cooked ham that they refrigerated, when it cooled off, and they just slice it off the bone. And that's the way they serve this ham at the supermarket. It's pretty cool. And I had never seen that before. Yeah, and it was delicious. But I saw a Butter Roll Boutique. There we go. Hello. Good to see you. And I see Christine Johnstone. Hello. And I think we got everybody. And if I missed you, let me know. But no. It's no one's being hostile. It's just that like we don't want to. We're trying not to confuse anybody, and I hope that doesn't confuse you too much, LaBelle. But that's kind of the way they do the meat around here. At least the lunch meat. And like I said, this was a big recall because it was millions of pounds of deli meat, and that's why for me it was very concerning. Okay, all right. So there's that. Now let me just go to the next one. But like I said, this was a big one and it's still ongoing. So we just want to make sure that people are safe and that they're aware, and like I said, and when you go and get a sandwich from like a sandwich shop, you got to be very careful because 9 out of 10, they're using boar's head meat, I think, at least in my area. All right, so there's that. The next one, let's see. But yeah, so it started out with liverwurst, and I know liverwurst is sort of a pulverized thing, and there's that. Okay. So anyway, there was something called AW Farms ready to eat hot dog products, and they were not inspected. And so that's the reason they're being recalled. But that's just one example. And then I think that's it. And then there was some that meat that was imported from the Philippines that was illegally imported. And so they're calling that out. And it was Argentina brand corned beef, Pure Foods corned beef, Chunky corned beef, and Lady's Choice chicken spread. And this was going back a little ways, back to like July 10th. And the company's name was called, this is for Delaware, Maryland, New Jersey, New York, North Carolina, Ohio, South Carolina, and Virginia. Wow. Yeah. So illegally reported from the Philippines, and apparently this country is not eligible to export meat, and that's very interesting. I don't know how it got in here. I wonder. Very interesting. So those are like the big ones, and I like I said, I hate to like beat that dead horse, but just keep abreast of the food recalls, and you'll see them on news sites, Google News, Yahoo News, MSN News, all kinds of things like that. All right. So there's that. Yeah. But like I said, I'm not an expert on any of this stuff, but I just read. So I like to pass the information on. Yes. Okay. So anyway, good to see you all. Now I'm going to show you the finished product, and I'll show you the in-between product of the, and then I'll show you the finished product. Let's see. So we're 42 minutes in, so we did pretty good. So, yeah. All right. So here we go. This is hot. Oh, this is looking really good. Oh, yeah. Let's see if I can put this in the camera. So anyway, there it is. So there are the ribs there. So they're looking good. They're still it's going to be a little ways. You're probably going to have to do this for about 2 hours. And this is how they look so far. So looking pretty good. But, and then the carrots and the potatoes. But they've got a nice brown color. They're looking good. And they're nice and tender. But I'm just going to let that simmer, because this really should simmer about an hour and a half, 2 hours, depending on if it has a bone. Now, these do not have a bone, but you can get ribs with a bone, and those are going to take longer. But I'm just putting this at a nice slow 350, which is like a medium or a slow temperature. But let's see what else we got. Oh, Kenneth, hello. Good to see you. Yes, liverwurst is like dog food. Yeah, it kind of looks like it. Katrina's like, ah. Oh, mortadella means dead horse. Nice. I like that word. See, that's a pretty word for dead horse. Yes. Yes. And then good evening, Kenneth. Good to see you. All right. So anyway, so here is the finished product. And this is what I did in the cast iron stove. And these ribs are nice and tender. Very, very nice. And they're well done. And they're delicious. And then these are the potatoes and the carrots. But anyway, I did this in my cast iron pan. I just let it go. So it's going to take you a while to get it, to cook. It's going to take at least 2 hours, but there it is, All right. So yum. Yes. That's it. But anyway, so now, does anybody have any plans for the weekend that you want to share? Said I'm going to be working on, still working on, knitting and crochet projects. Going to do a little bit. I think we're going to, hopefully the storm should have passed. We finished the storm, I guess. It ended about 2 hours ago, maybe 3 hours ago, about 3 o'clock. It ended, and it was really, really crazy. lot of wind and stuff like that. So it's been, we're just happy that the internet's still going. Yeah. And let's see. But yes, let me see what else. Now, what are you up to, Christine? I haven't seen you in a little while, but good to see you. But anyway, good to see everybody. And I really appreciate you guys, supporting the channel. And, it's, like I said, this food is very interesting. I never thought that it was going to be this hard, finding fresh food and things like that. But the one thing that I can say that this is just my opinion, is that you can really do your body well, eating as fresh as you can and buying as freshly as you can. It's hard here, with all these weird recalls. Like last week was just the week of recalls. And there were other ones too, some ice cream products, some hot dogs and things like that. And, oh, you're crocheting. Okay. Yeah. So what are you working on? So I'm working on a cardigan sweater, still finishing that up, trying to do the finishing. Oh, you're making chili. Oh, that's cool. And let's see, Butter Boutique. I know you're working on your paper. She's doing her junk journals and stuff like that and growing some stuff. I saw her growing. But let's see. I'm going to go in here. I'm going to see any recent things here that make. So I'm looking at a couple of different sites. So apparently Samsung recalled some slide-in electric ranges due to a fire hazard as of August 8th, which is yesterday. Or is that today? Yeah. But anyway, August 8th, Samsung, and they're slide-in ranges. And apparently the front-mounted knobs can be activated by accidental contact by humans. Oh, I've done that before. Yes. And then let's see, Kia is recalling certain 2023 Sportage vehicles. See, all this stuff is in here, And I'm looking right now at recalls.gov, and I'll put that in the chat. And then there's some Antares tire recalls and Kelli tires from Goodyear. But yeah, they're talking about this. And the big one is see, I don't want to show you this, but this is the USDA here. And I don't know if you can see this, but this is the USDA website. And see, that's the alert. Boar's Head provisions expands. See more details. And they go into the whole thing there. So that's the number one thing that's kind of hot and heavy, in the USA right now. So, and let me see here. So it's 7 million additional pounds of ready-to-eat meat and poultry products. Yeah. And apparently they figured out, exactly which plant it came from using DNA, which is very interesting. Let me see. What did they call it? They called it genome sequencing results. Yeah. So they tested the genes, the DNA. That's crazy. But that's pretty cool. And all this science, this is where science can help you. You know what I mean? So there's that. Let me see anything else. Yeah, we talked about the hot dogs. There's something called Taylor sausage, recalled Longaberger sausage products due to misbranding. Now let's see what's going on there. Misbranding. And that happens a lot too, even though it's not as, critical as Listeria. But this was for California and Oregon. 74 pounds of ready-to-eat Landjaeger sausage products due to misbranding and undeclared allergens. Let's see. Does it say what allergen? Oh, soy. So there was soy in these. And some people are allergic to soy, so they have to let people know. There it is. And so there it is. So there's some things like that. If you have any kind of allergies, it's really important to know what's happening, with your food. So if you're allergic to wheat or nuts, a lot of times, people have sensitivities to wheat and nuts, and sometimes that gets into other products. So there's that. Oh, what do I think of the Boar's Head recall? Ugh. So It's funny. My husband and I don't eat a lot of lunch meat, and we do. I don't know if the our favorite sandwich place down the street gets don't. But I don't know if they get boar's head. I don't know. I'll have to ask. I'll have to take a look because we don't get a lot of deli stuff like that. Every now and again, we get an Italian set, Italian sub, which does have lunch meat, but it's so rare. So anyway, this whole thing has been very, surprising. But it was 7 million additional pounds of meat was recalled last week, and originally it came out the 30th of July or the 29th of July. So yeah, that's a little bit shocking, And we don't eat a lot of lunch meat, but if you go out to eat in a restaurant, I'm telling you, a lot of those people use boar's head. They do. It's very, very popular with the higher end, not higher end, but usually restaurants and delis. So that's kind of a bummer. Yes. So there's that. But anyway, Christine's making chili. And it was funny, Christine, I just looked at my chili video yesterday because I was cleaning out. So what I do periodically is I have to clean out my StreamYard, and I only have 50 hours of storage, so I always clean it out. And I usually, if I have time, I'll try to sort of spot watch it and see, how the video looks if it's not crazy. And I did the chili on the 22nd of July, I want to say, or was it July? Yeah, something like that, somewhere around that time. And I was like, oh, this actually looked pretty good. and anyway, but the chili turned out really well. And I sort of play around with the chili as well, and sometimes I vacillate between, I call it the American chili and then the Mexican chili. And then usually we do something kind of in the middle, like a fusion of both, which is pretty exciting. Yeah. So anyway, it's just funny that you mentioned chili. Yep. Did that. And then let's see what else. Oh, you're doing a blanket. Christine's doing a blanket with bloom. Oh, now, are you able to get those flowers to go? I have a hard time getting those flowers to form on the bloom, but that's a real nice heavy yarn. I like that. And what else? So that's it. Oh, but let me show you one more time before we go. I think we're done, but you saw the finished product. And like I said, it does take a while to do these ribs. The ribs take a while because especially if you get them with a bone, it will take at least a couple of hours. And I had these in for about an hour in the convection, which was cooking very, very fast. But I'm going to pull this out again. Oh, yeah, this is looking good. But I figured I'm going to try them 2 different ways. And in the regular oven, this is a little slower for sure. But, if you want to speed it up, you can sort of get. So there it is. Yeah, it's not bad. Let's see if I can get that in the shot. There we go. There's still a lot of juice in there. It's looking pretty good. I don't want to spill.
Yeah, it's just too low.
Yeah, I know it's a little low.
Yeah.
See if I can. Does that work? There we go.
Yeah, it's hard to.
It's a little bit. Yeah. See, unfortunately, there's too much liquid. I don't want to spill because I could. But yes, 3.5 hours. Yeah. And so these don't have a bone, Bonnie. Yeah. Bonnie said it takes her 3.5. Oh, you're doing the moss stitch. Yeah. See, I did it, and mine did not come out, Christine. So I got to get on that again. I have a little bit of bloom, but I really enjoy it. But I'm gonna let this keep going, and so that's it. But we've really enjoyed doing the cooking shows, and my husband and I have really been eating well. Probably a little too well, right? Yes. No bone or whatever. Yeah, I got you. Oh, okay? You don't have a bone. Now they have them with the bone. I think they taste not better with the bone, but I like them with the bone better. And I don't see them anymore. My grandparents used to get them all the time, but I noticed over the last few years you don't see the ones with the bone. And the one person I can tell you that did a really cool recipe with the short ribs was Tia Mowry from Sister. She had like a podcast for a while, and they had these little tiny. They were only about this big ribs, and they had little tiny bones in them. I don't know if they cut them. I don't know. I'm not sure, because usually when I see beef ribs, they're a little bit longer. But she did those, and those looked really, really good. Yeah. So I did mine sort of like a stew, but not sort of kind of, but not really. And where it was cooking in the and you like pork ribs. Yeah, me too. Pork ribs on the bone. That sounds good. Absolutely. I really, yeah. We love those baby back ribs, and Aldi has a pretty nice. Like they had a nice little round of them about 2 weeks ago, and they were pretty cheap. They were like $1.99 or something. I don't think they are anymore, but for a while there they were really cheap. And I think I saw them in other supermarkets. So there must have been a run on the beef on the pork ribs a couple weeks ago. Let's see, 4th of July. Maybe it was around that time. But you like all of it. Okay, and she likes the Baby Ray's barbecue sauce. Okay. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that stuff is really good. It's got a little bit of sugar, so you got to be careful. All the people that might have sugar, but it's delicious. It's really nice. And the one thing I think the next thing I'm going to try whenever the next time I barbecue, I'm going to try to make some barbecue sauce, and I haven't done that in a while. And then the other thing, I'm going to do some ketchup because ketchup tends to have a lot of sugar. And in Instagram, there are quite a few people that are showing you how to do ketchup, which is really good. And then, Jennifer's here. Jennifer Rivenberg. Good to see you. And, okay. Oh, it's not good for you, but it tastes so good. Well, yeah, that's true. How you doing, Jennifer? So anyway, well, one last shot before we go. So anyway, I just want to say thank you all for coming. We're gonna try to continue the cooking. If you have any ideas, anything that's calling you, let me know. We've probably we were talking. My husband and I were talking, and we realized we've cooked just about everything that you could possibly come up with. That's sort of, I call it the American food, doing air quotes. But and we've done the pizza, hoagies, cheesesteaks, hamburgers, Italian sausage, you name it. We've pretty much done it. Greek food, a little bit of tandoori chicken. Like we've done all the stuff. So we're really not that we're running out of ideas, but like all the things that we normally eat, we've totally done them. So we were kind of thinking like, we got to come up with something just a little bit different. Now there is one meal that I do have planned that I was thinking I might try. And what I'll do is I'll put this on here a little bit. But yeah, this is anyway, these ribs came out. They're real tender. All the meat is tender. These little potatoes came out really nice. And girl dad. Hey, good to see you. But you see these little potatoes, they came out really great. And these are good if you want to cheat and save time. If you can find these. And these are from Green Giant. I'll show you. I forgot I had these. And they're called Klondike Gourmet. I hope I don't make a spill here. There they are. Green Giant. Not that I'm sponsored, but holler at me, Green Giant. I'm kidding. But there's that. And these are really cute. And these cook in no time. So, if you want to use those, you see how small they are. But these are great potatoes. And they're really quick. But, so here's an interesting thing. So you see these little sites, these little pages where they tell you the nutrition facts. These you can find on the USDA website. And so here's a potato right here. It says, let's see, you get, this is only, so they're saying a serving is 5 small potatoes. It's 5 of these. And it's 110 calories. And there's no fat, no saturated fat, no cholesterol, no sodium, but the carbs. This is where they get you. It's 28 grams of carbs. And you get 2 grams of fiber, 1 gram of total sugar. And then vitamin D, no vitamin D. I don't know why they mentioned it when there's nothing in there. But you get 3 grams of protein and let me back up. 20 milligrams of calcium, 1.1 milligram of iron, 620 milligrams of potassium, 27 milligrams of vitamin C, and 0.2 milligrams of B6. I'm just going to put this is where the main point is down here. These are all the, see B6. Hopefully you can see that. Let me get a little closer. But this is all the good stuff here. This is where all the minerals, the vitamins down there at the bottom is what you get. And it's about 18% of your daily amount of calcium, 6% of your daily amount of iron, 2% of your daily calcium requirement, 10% of your vitamin B6, and 45% of your vitamin C. I did not know that. But the biggest thing here is the 26 grams of carbohydrate that you get from these potatoes. But it's just 5. Yeah. But it's 110 calories, which is not that bad, you know. So there you go. So these are really cute. And they're, like I said, they're very, very fast. So potatoes are no points on Weight Watchers. I did not know that, Bonnie. And you love baby potatoes in the bag. I'm not sure if mine are Green Giant. Okay. And let's see what else. So anyway, I think that's it. And we made it to an hour. Okay. All right now. Well, listen, I'm going to play out to my buddy Drizzle Stink. I want to thank everybody for coming in. Let me just make sure I got all the comments. Let me get down to the end here. Make sure I got everybody. Oh, going into lurk mode. You're going to work on some whips. Okay, Granny D, I see you. And hello. Okay, let's see. Hold on. That's Granny D. You go down to the end. Okay. Whoops. She's lurking. You see. Whoops. I went way to the top. And it goes to the bottom. Okay. Oh, good evening, Butter Roll. Yep. He's saying hey to everybody. And Yum. Yep. Good evening. So Kenneth's saying good evening. Everyone's saying good evening. Very good. Awesome. So anyway, well, let me know. So what do you think of the ribs? That wasn't too bad, right? And, you know, like I said, they're still going. I still have them, the second batch going in the oven right now. So they're looking pretty good. And, you know, like I said, try to eat fresh, you know, buy as local as you can because your food will be fresher. And, you know, I'd just like to say thank you all so much for coming in. Let me go to the brand. Let me see any other comments. I see one. Let's see. Oh, no, everyone's saying hey still. Okay, we got it. Yes, and we're going to play out the Drizzle Stank. So much for hanging. Yeah. And we will see you soon on the YouTube streets. And thank you again. Bye-bye.